Hey, this is Tears of Skovrane, the Bonds playtesting. That's the word I was trying to say. Bonds playtesting campaign we've been doing. And it's a full house today. We got Connor and Josh joining us to do
Yeah.
some Bonds action. But I'll let David explain what's happening today because he's the GM.
Yeah. So last time it was Zion by himself. Technically the others were there, but they were in the background as he tortured our innocent evil demon polyp friend.
So innocent.
Halothane, yeah. Um and you discovered some secrets about how to kill them. Some these things to
Clues.
yes, clues.
Leads.
Yeah, that's the word I was like, leads, thank you. And then we found out that Halothane had sent out like a psychic call basically to all of the various fungal dead in the area. And so they've all come to play. And I think Caleb failed a roll at the end there to escape. Um, so now we're fighting the horde that you're supposed to run from instead. So we're gonna see how that goes. Should be fun, I think. So, and joining us today is Connor, playing a new character who will show up probably during the conflict. And we have Mordecai returning as well. Um, to make more awesome fireball arrows, I assume.
Oh, we should get tokens for them. What do you guys look like?
Yeah, that was another thing I was thinking about at some point, but that's it.
Just give me a quick description and I'll find something, or you can choose an actor or whatever.
You mean me too? Like, what does my character look like?
Real quick description. We could probably. I guess we're gonna need this for the actual game later, but yeah, just so I can find some tokens while we're starting up.
Okay. He's middle aged. He's probably got gray hair and like honestly, it's probably just like long and flowing. One with nature and all that. And he has bark, like tree bark armor. And there's probably like different like leaves and plants that are like seem to be like growing out of his skin.
Nice.
So yeah, it looks kind of weird.
Weirdo.
And then Mordecai is your average wiry, gruff Australian guy. And he's wearing like a what's the word? Like not a sackcloth, like woven hemp trench coat, and but no hat or anything. It's just his regular stuff. I think we said that there were like rebreathers or something that we had. So yes. He had something like that.
Keep the spores out, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, primarily it's just the trench coat and stuff. He doesn't seem to be wearing much armor at all.
Sorry, real quick, Caleb. Could you make, when you get a chance, a token of that more spindly one? I forgot I had one more type of enemy that I thought I did.
More. Oh, yeah, the other. Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it.
Sorry, I know you're also doing something else.
No, you're good. I can play producer here while you GM.
Yeah. So, I think the last thing we saw was the Hellbreakers made a break for the exit, and it was closed off by the oncoming tide of fungal Tannerin. And so, yeah, what is the? I guess we'll get a shot from Mordecai first, since Zion is busy, and we saw him at the end of the last episode. What do we see from Mordecai as sort of basically you were helping keep this wave at bay while Zion did his research and torture, and now that that's been completed, you also were part of that attempt to make a break for it, but it doesn't appear that you'll be able to get out now. Thank you. So yeah.
I mean, I think Mordecai is mainly has just come back. He's still got his trench coat flapping, and he kind of is like flown back, but he's just been flying above everybody and trying to drop napalm on them essentially.
Nice.
And he comes back and he says, where is he?
Kai.
No, he
Zion?
says probably to Zion. He says, Zion, this shoulder isn't helping anything.
As in your shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I know. I don't. And then I assume the last thing we saw was like this big beast like stepping out and really
Mhm.
blocking the way out. So I assume maybe.
Yeah, this fellow has sort of imposed himself in the hole that was created. And
Yeah, I'm just like staring at it. And I think I just say, I'm sorry. There's nothing for it. We have to fight. Mostly to Kai, but yeah.
Yeah. He gives you sort of a nervous look and he's like, we'll do our best.
Yeah,
And
they
then,
say it's a good day to die. I think they're bloody lying.
Nice.
I suppose the songs that we sing will determine that, won't it? And then I start singing a combat song.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. So
All right.
enter combat here.
Yeah. Alrighty. But yeah, we'll do a round or two, and then we'll introduce our new friend. Sorry, I'm just making some more iterations.
Your new friend Condog.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, they removed my
Cool.
token.
Why not?
How could you?
What?
I know. He had a little die on the screen for his token. Well, that's not good enough, Josh. We're getting a new one.
But the
This probably
ape
doesn't
was
look
particularly curvaceous.
Yeah. This probably doesn't look anything like your character, Connor, but there you go.
Yes,
Old druidy looking
close
guy.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Okay, I'll put him off in the corner here.
Okay, this is a little bit of a mess, but my sheet is a little bit of a mess. I think we got it. Okay.
If you find art in the meantime, Josh, please pass it on.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
All right.
What did he?
Yeah.
All I remember from your description is trench coat.
Yeah. Grizzled old Australian in a trench coat.
Okay.
Of course.
Just like go for like a
like
what are they called?
post-apocalyptic guy.
No, what do they call them? Hang on, I will find something. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
I had an idea.
All right.
All right. So I assume we're probably like up here in the
Yeah, because you were making a break for it. So
front. Yeah.
and I think just based on the situation, I feel like the fungal people get the first go here because they have the upper hand. So
yeah.
Big old boy steps into your zone and he roars and he's going to create an advantage here to coordinate all of his really stupid friends. So you see him just sort of make like the dense jungle foliage that makes up the walls of this sort of cavernous area just shake as he just lets out this really weird, probably like slightly gurgly bellow. It's a very small omission briefing. That's what that says. Okay. We'll put that over here where I can read it. And then he is going to attempt to create an advantage here. So let's do this very briefly. 3.
I'm just going to send you something in Discord. Okay.
All right, this will be his roll. This is the. I gotta find my difficulty thing. Oh, he fails. Okay. That was rough. I had all 4 successes on that. Difficult. He did get a. I don't think that really matters. Okay. So yeah. You hear him roar, and all of a sudden, all of the little dudes behind him surge forward, but they don't appear to be much more coordinated than they were before. So it doesn't appear to have helped very much. And yeah, one of you can go now. Who reacts first as
if Caleb, you're sorting that out, I can go. Yeah, I assume that's what's going on.
Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, I was coughing earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think Mordecai flies off back into one of these back half ones. And he pulls out his rapid reaction matrix and says, if you're going to get a job done properly, may as well do it yourself. And he just reaches up to his head and pulls, yanks and grabs a couple of hairs, and he stuffs it into the rapid reaction matrix. And then he basically pulls out the resulting little vial of liquid and downs it. And in a sort of a Doctor Who Are You My Mummy episode, he's trying to use his own DNA to tell his body what he should be like.
to fix himself.
Yeah, what his real body should be.
Nice.
So yeah, he's going to try and use rapid reaction matrix with the medical part of it.
Sure. Let's see. Oops. All right. So you are. This is the rapid. Okay. Yeah. So. Excuse me. That's probably. What do we decide to use in your jug? Was willpower maybe, or
yeah, willpower or acuity? I think it depended what we were doing.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, for something as complicated as healing yourself, I think we'll probably say it's willpower. More of a focus thing. This is probably a little more complicated than other stuff. I don't think that being injured is gonna hinder you in here. And then we got your rapid reaction matrix. So that's one for that. Medical is another for that. Normally I would give you analytical. I think. Yeah, why not? So not that there's not a dice for that, but I think that's going to help cancel out the fact that your matrix is, because this is the one that's this is the one that, oh no, it's reliable. It's not. It is rapid. Sorry, I'm just sorting something out in my head here.
Yeah,
these new tags. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, yeah. So results. Okay, sure. So basically, sort of the nature of it being rapid means that it can only do so much as far as potency goes. So I'm going to kind of cancel out what probably would have been a slight disadvantage because of your analytical nature here. Where are you on the map? I know your token got deleted, but where would you like to be? You were trying to escape and then got cut off. So I imagine you're probably in one of the front two zones.
Yeah, I was going to use my symbol action or whatever it was.
To you're going to move back. Here. Okay. Yeah.
And then I was going to do it there.
Cool. Yeah. Good deal. All right. That's a good idea because now you're not being harried by stuff. Cool. Yeah. So I think difficulty on that is right now I have the difficulty as standard being 4. I'm not sure if that's going to be too high or not. So if it starts to feel like I just failed the roll against that, but
yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So basically standards 4, difficult 6, hard as 8. That's the current thing I have. Obviously you get an extra dice for die phase as well. We'll see if that starts to feel too insurmountable. Then
so 2 for the stat, 1 for the matrix itself, 1 for medical.
Yep. And then 1 for the die of fate.
Yeah, day 5. So 4 total sans die of fate.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to worry too much about advantage. I think this sort of evens out.
Cool.
That is 1 success. Looks like. Yeah. That's all right.
I should edit my.
All right. Oops, I didn't do roll. I guess if I want to roll dice out. Oh gosh, that was a lot of 6s. And you got a 2 on the die of fate, looks like. So that's an automatic success for the opponent. So that's 4 successes. So it succeeds with Valerie. So let me check that. This is just me as the GM, not anything actively opposing you. So my brain. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, all right. Sorry.
It's all right. So that
nice.
4 versus 1. I'm gonna try that thing that we're doing.
Oh, you're gonna reroll?
I'm gonna try and push my paranoid improvising pyromaniac. And just kind of because he's ramshackling this together and doesn't really know whether it's gonna work.
Great. Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I was muted. This is what AI gave me anyway for Mordecai.
That's good.
Based on those prompts. So probably older than you're thinking, but
oh, by the way, I think you were gone when I talked about it with Josh, but Caleb, we're gonna do a thing with traits where instead of spending bod points on them, you can just like basically they're actually call-ons now, and you just use them once per session. The reason being that I think I can eliminate bod points altogether. Nice. Because right now all they do is you get them for compels and you spend them to invoke. And I think I really like compels, but I think I'm just going to have a compel mark an XP on your track for the trait, which I think I like better anyways.
That makes sense.
So we're going to give that a try to see how it feels.
Yeah. Now, were we doing mark XP on it when we do that, or was that for the compels only thing?
It's when you compel it. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, if you're doing something suboptimal in the name of your characters, who they are, then you get XP.
Mm-hmm. So I should just quickly use this.
Yeah, go ahead and reroll your fails.
Is that where he is? Where am I putting this token?
Yeah.
Now, do I roll 4 failed or 3 faileds?
4 looks. Oh, sorry, 3. Yeah, because you don't do the die fate. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Caleb, I think that's where you want to be.
Cool.
So 1 additional. So it's not like a brilliant success on that part, just a regular success.
Yes. Yeah. So that's good. That means you just don't get what you want. You don't. This was actually a recovery move because you're trying to unmark segments on a clock. Normally you can't make that, but because you have some kind of magic to do it with, I was allowing it anyways. I just didn't bring it up. But yeah. So basically, I think it probably has a lot to do with the environment. This is not like just pulling your hair out. Your hair probably has gunk in it. So I think you try and make this. I think you probably don't even ingest it, right? Like I think your machine is smart enough to be like, if you eat this, it's going to do more harm to you than it will good. And so you just think better of it because there's just too much foreign material probably on you and in the air and stuff for this to be. This is a very delicate thing, especially because I don't want instant healing to be super easy to do. So yeah. So what do we see Mordecai do with his potion after it the screen flashes red and we're like, oh, that's a bad thing. And
yeah, I think he like casually looks at it and says, harmful, eh? Well, who needs to be harmed? And he kind of just tosses it in their general direction.
Yeah, very nice. Well done. All right. So now I think we're gonna have so you see behind the large guy as he stomps out, he's lumbering around. He is similarly covered in fungal growth as Halothane was. But he does look a little different. He's mostly fungal mass as far as you can tell. And
by the way, would my flame tag still be on? Because it wasn't a temporary tag; it was just a straight tag. That's.
I think considering how long we went, probably gonna say I think it would probably wear off.
Oh, good. I was just gonna check.
All right, cool. Because technically you were probably using it during the last fight too, when you were holding them at bay.
Did I ever describe what color cloak I'm wearing? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Just realized that. I was just like, we all have different color cloaks, but I don't remember what mine is.
All right, so I think this group of zombies here, there's, how many segments did I give them? There's a lot of them. And you can tell this isn't all of them. This is just the ones that are nearby. They're kind of small. I guess they were kind of weak. I feel like I want this to be different. Hold on, sorry. All right, yeah. So there's probably a couple dozen of them represented by this token, and as well as this token. So there's probably there's a couple dozen back here. You probably can't even see these guys back here yet. And so they probably shamble in alongside. I don't know what's in this zone yet, but I assume there's probably other outbreakers over here. I guess I should do them one at a time. Technically, they're different characters. So he shambles in alongside them, and they're just going to rush you and your scouts there, Zion. I think basically, they're just gonna take a swing at you. They're gonna charge in and try and knock some of these guys down. Let me see. Where's my thing?
Sorry, Caleb. Dark green, dark brown. They're camo cloaks. I just quickly watched dark green, dark brown. It's a camo cloak.
Oh, right. Yeah, we all have camo. I remember now. I think we all have that because it's
right.
Yeah,
I just went and looked at the start of the first episode.
They probably have individual colors in their true identity, but we're using them now as jungle cloaks or whatever. Yeah, we figured out some way to change that or whatever.
Yeah,
temporarily.
All right, yeah. So they close in. You see these zombies have bones sticking out of their arms that appear to have been shaved down to a point. So at least one arm comes down to a blade, pretty much. And they just 24 of them just burst around after this guy, and they start engaging with your scouts and you. So here's their roll. Come on. I guess I should get this in the right order. So what do you do in response? What does your defense look like before we roll? Because then I can decide who has position.
And who is this attacking me again?
Just a bunch of little zombie guys with sword arms, fungal growth all over them. Their heads are all weird and bizarre. They look like they were probably mostly human at some point. There might be a couple that look like they were animals.
Good question. I think it's probably me leading my men more than me. I'm obviously taking swings as well, but it's probably primarily me drawing on my Hellbreaker scouts assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just having them surround, I'm
try to hold them back.
Men to me, and then they're all surrounding me, and we're cutting through them with our
nice.
fire tipped machetes or whatever, right?
Yeah, of course. Very cool. And I think I'll give you 2d6 for the advantage there because you have guns and they're approaching you. So I think this is probably not a great this is basically just an open area right now. I guess I should put tags on the map. There was a pond of acid in one of these zones last time. I think I've actually rotated I think it was, or we'll just call it over here, acid. Wow, it's tiny and blue. Acid pools. There you I think it was nighttime, wasn't it, when you chase this guy here?
Yeah.
So it's probably like pretty dark in here.
Yep.
So that'll be a map thing. Not that I think that'll mean very much in this fight, but it is an element that matters. There we go. So there's low light, acid pools. You still have mission briefing, if I remember right. Let's make that a little bigger so you can see it.
Yes.
There you go. All right. And yeah, okay, so this will be their attack. I don't remember how to use roll 20 apparently. All right. And you get 2 extra dice because of the position.
So 2 extra dice, including the die of fate.
Well, so they're acting, so they have the die of fate.
Yes. Okay. So I'm starting with a base pool of 2, and then I'm going from there to add whatever I'm.
Yes. Yeah. So let me.
So then it would be.
So you're probably presence or willpower. Well, because you're directing your troops, right, for this.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But your presence and willpower are the same. So I'd say probably presence.
Yeah, presence makes sense. And then I'm adding. So remind me again. Does the asset itself just get a die by like at the beginning, and then okay?
So technically, the way this should be now, it's like this.
Got it. Perfect. Okay. All right. So then I'm doing Hellbreaker Scouts with monster hunting, and then I'm assuming Hellbreaker songs with combat songs, since that's like the way that I lead my men. Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
Integral to how it works.
Yep. Sounds cool.
So that's 4, and then can I? What tags? Do tags add a die?
Basic tags. Basic tags just inform my like that. Tags. They're the reason you're. They also are like the basic tags on your assets. They just kind of describe or help me decide who gets the advantage here.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and so being decisive would probably help. I don't know if it helps enough to get more advantage than you already do.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't think there's anything else. So cool. So then I guess I'm rolling 6 dice.
Yes, that sounds right.
6 dice against Ob 5 is terrible.
Yeah, they got a really good. I mean, they only had 7. They got 5 successes.
Terrible odds. All right, let's see how it goes. Whoa!
Nice. There you go.
Dang.
All right. Where is this stuff during? Well, I mean, I don't want you to roll that well in Crunk Wizards, but these are pretty good rolls. All right. Yeah. So it's a tie, which means they do 1 damage. But you can use stress instead to just make that 0, right? So yeah,
and so damage in this case is different from stress. Like what would be?
Yeah, so stress clocks cannot be targeted. And right now I don't really have a good way of determining or to tell you which ones are different. Basically, you have stress clocks on your stats and your assets. And then your resilience, your actual health is a progress clock, which can be targeted, right? That's the difference. And the use of stress clocks is that you can mark them on your own to get 2 dice for a roll, which I guess I should have mentioned, but because I think it's probably been forgotten. Or when a progress clock you're defending, including your own, is attacked, you can mark a segment to reduce the damage by 1. You can only do that once, but in this case, you are only taking 1 damage because it was a tie. And so if you mark stress on an asset or on an attribute that makes sense, you'll take no damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this could be, you could mark your Hellbreaker Scouts and basically that would mean they get depleted. So they would basically be broken, but you wouldn't take any damage. Or you could do, which wouldn't really make sense right now because you have free stress on your stats, which doesn't really hurt you that much. You could take it on presence because this is a leadership role. You could take it on fortitude if you're kind of like taking the brunt of it, but not actually being hurt, right? You're just taking a more active role or something.
And so, sorry, I may have missed something.
What?
So stress I'm taking on one of these attributes.
Yeah, you can choose to take on the attributes, and attributes filling up doesn't actually hurt you. But as soon as you take something on resilience, then you start getting the debilitations and stuff.
Got it.
So the clocks on your attributes are stress clocks. So you use them to protect your progress clock, which is your health. You could also use the stress clocks for your assets. So like because you were using Hellbreaker Scouts, you could mark that and then you wouldn't take damage. But because they only have one mark left, they only have one stress to mark, they would be depleted.
I will not do that. I think I'll mark stress in presence, right?
Yeah,
like
that makes the most sense to me. Yep.
Will to lead is slowly fading.
That was your active stats. That's usually the one that makes the most sense. Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, that was good, though.
Also generated a token for Zion.
Nice. Very cool. That's neat. All right. So who wants to go between? Oh, I guess Zion, it's your go because we don't have Draken Thor with us yet.
Thor isn't here yet. Okay, yeah. So I think, all right. So big monster beats. What did Mordecai do? Sorry, I've been doing producer stuff in the background.
No, you're fine. What Mordecai attempted to heal himself and determined that this is a not clean place to do that.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we really need to clear a space. Am I thinking that, based on my knowledge of the way these fungal things work, do they have? I know they have like hive mindy sort of things that are going on here. Would killing this big guy do anything to like demoralize them, or is that not really a thing that would happen?
So he did do like a roar at the beginning to try and like guide them. So you think that he didn't do very well. He doesn't have actually very good dice for that. So it seems like he's trying to lead them, but
in theory, yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't. They don't need him, and they're not like they don't have a desire to survive, right? They don't have any self-preservation instinct. So yeah, probably not.
But at least killing him would maybe disrupt whatever focal point of this group is, maybe.
Yeah, he's probably the most. Well, he's the most dangerous individual thing. I think I should have rolled more dice for those guys because I forgot they were in a group. But he's easily the most dangerous individual here. But there are literal waves of other infected things here, so it's kind of hard to say. He definitely has the most dangerous weapons, probably. I guess you haven't seen him yet. But yeah. The other thing is, okay, hold up. I need to redo their roll because I did two things wrong. First of all, they're a scale lower than you, so they should have only succeeded on threes, fives. And also, they should have had 3 more dice because they're in a group, I think. Let me just make sure I did that math right. The reason I'm doing this is because they might not have hurt you at all. I forgot they were a lower scale. They're just zombies.
Watch, they're going to get even higher now.
Yeah, no. Never mind. I did include their extra dice. So I can just use the roll they made. So they got 4 successes. So you didn't take any damage.
Cool.
Yeah, go ahead and get your stuffs back. That was actually a pretty good roll anyways. They only had 1 success that wasn't a 5 or a 6. So yeah, that was close. But yeah, all right.
I think probably, so one of my goals is to kill this thing and take it back and like secure it for study anyway, because it looks interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. But I'm thinking like probably my best bet, because yeah, either we could just, we can't break through right now. So I think my best bet is just to go after big dude. To hope that we'll do something more significant than just cutting down wave after wave. This is where I wish we had Arlo's dice instead of him just being folded into my Hellbreaker scouts.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably not me jumping into the fray and leading. It's probably me directing Kai and Arlo and whoever else, right, to take this thing down. So I think I'll be doing the same thing in reverse, right? So I'm doing Hellbreaker Scouts with combat songs, except just against that guy now. So yeah, I think that's what I'm doing.
Sounds good. All right. And I think normally I would.
And I'm probably trying to maybe back up a little bit while the Hellbreaker Scouts push forward, and I'm trying to get my rifle out now instead of having to fight with my machete.
Yeah, and I think normally I would have given your opponent dice because you're being attacked by a bunch of melee characters, but you held them off with rifles, so I think they're probably not in melee with you yet. They're not. I don't think they're quite enough of a distraction yet. Yeah, so I think this is probably straight roll. And this, I mean, he's not a dodgy guy. So he will probably just, he's just
Absorb the
barreling
hit.
towards you, right? Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
trying to soak the hits. Which isn't great because they're fire hits, but we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Your weapon doesn't have an asset for it, but it's probably a heavy weapon. So that's a benefit for you.
At least against this guy.
Yeah, well, because basically it just means it's more of like a piercing weapon than it is like a quick acquisition kind of thing.
Mhm.
So that should help you here.
So then I'm maybe rolling 8 dice this time. Because it's the same. Oh, I guess I don't have advantage. So maybe
Right.
just 6 again.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Bummer.
Actually, you have one extra because he has a weakness to thermal.
Got
He's combustible, so it's one extra from that.
All right, I'll let you roll first.
Yeah.
It's fun to see the difficulty in advance.
All right. I think that's it. So you'll be rolling the die of fate here. But you only got 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I only got 1.
Oh my
so
gosh.
many ones.
Oh.
All ones.
Oh man.
Oops, all
That's
ones.
insane. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe that.
Well,
so you could,
boys.
if you have a trait you want to use, you could use your once per session for that trait.
I think I'm gonna want to. That was terrible.
And he had a pretty bad roll, so you could make advantage.
Exactly.
Actually, so just to be clear, he does have 3 successes because the die of fate was in his favor, and that doesn't reroll.
Got it.
So you'd be rolling 5 more dice, and you'd have to get through. Well, you'd have to get 2 more successes to do anything.
To tie, yeah.
Yeah, basically to do a stress to him is he'd spend stress.
I'll try. What am I? And this is a trait that I'm using.
Yeah. This is just invoking it. It's invoking a trait. Yeah, I just said it the way I did because.
Yeah, so probably your Hellbreaker Scout captain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're leading your guys.
Yep,
Hopefully, you won't need to lead them better at some other point.
Yeah. So
All right,
be 5.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. I got
All right,
4.
there you go. That's
better.
pretty solid. Yeah. So you've got 5 total. He's got 3, so you got 2 over him. So that's a standard success, which means you do 2 damage to him. So he actually takes damage. Yeah.
Bring it down! Bring it down!
So he'll mark a fortitude stress there.
We started our yearly Lord of the Rings rewatch yesterday. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's the Theoden quote.
Yeah, exactly.
And he takes a bonk.
Get bonked.
Where's my bonk counters? There they are.
But yeah, the entire time that I'm leading them and directing their blows and then taking some shots myself, I seem sickly fascinated with this thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what it's doing or what it is really beneath all that fungal growth.
Right, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how. How I did it. Whatever. All right. Sorry, starting to figure out the math on something. Yeah. So you see the fungal flesh on him sort of start melting away right under the withering heat fire of your scouts and your gun.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to appreciate that very much. Yeah. Well done. All right. So I think I'll do all these dudes, and then we'll hear the arrival of our new friend. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we get a bunch of tiny little, they look a lot like Halothane did, but way smaller, little tendrilled eyeball guys just swarm in. These are just like the regular polyps, right? and they are going to use well, I guess here we go. They're going to use their actions, like both actions, to move into this far zone here. Basically, just try and surround everybody. Because you are here and you have a group that kind of makes sense, you could try and keep them from moving. But that would accrue hindrance dice on your turn. Basically, you'd get distracted as you're trying to do too many things at once, right? If you try and keep other people from doing stuff. But they're basically moving through you. So Zion, if you'd like to try and basically bar them in your zone, you can. Would you like to do that? Or it would be a different roll for each of them, and they both would accrue dice. You just want to let them past you.
Or like try to impede their movement.
Yeah, basically you can resist their movement, and then it makes them roll, and if they fail, they can't do it.
I think so. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Is there any downside to that?
Yes. So anytime you resist for yourself, it's free. But anytime you resist on the behalf of something else, it accrues a hindrance that lasts until the end of your next turn. So your turn, you would also have the distracted hindrance. So yeah, basically, the more you're trying to keep other people from doing stuff, the more you're going to struggle to do your own thing.
And so that happens no matter if I succeed or fail.
Yes, and also if you succeed, they stop. But then that means that they're, in this case, they still have their action because they couldn't use it to move. Again, actually, no, it still uses the action, and they would actually be moving past you with it. So yeah, they would end their turn and would be able to attack you, because it takes their simple action to get into your zone, the complex action to try and get past you. So if you managed to stop them, their turn would be over. In this case,
I don't know. What do you think, Josh?
Them being all in the one spot would be helpful, because my
right, yeah, with the napalm.
My
stuff,
thing is sweeping, so I would just hit all of them at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
They're in the same zone.
I'll try to stop them.
Yeah. Oh, so also just to be clear, if you have sweeping, it means that attacking groups is better for you. These are all groups, but you'd be attacking them individually. If you wanted to attack a zone, you could, but there isn't any way to do that where you wouldn't also hit Zion, as far as I'm aware.
So there's no longer a difference between sweeping and area.
There is. That's the difference, right? Area would be you hit a zone, which would include Zion because he's in that zone. And sweeping is when you're shooting a group, you get I think they don't get their bonus or something. Or no, you just get more dice. You get more dice when you're shooting a group of people. So like these are all groups. All of these enemies are groups of enemies. There's bunches of them. Yeah. So that's the difference. Which one do you have? Do you have area or sweeping?
Sweeping.
Okay, yeah. So basically,
I had sweeping because it meant I could hit multiple people and not hit my friends.
Right, yeah, and in this case, I think that at least initially when I made them, that was the intention, right? That sweeping is good against groups, for that reason, because they tend to work cohesively as a unit, so you can hit more of them at once. But yeah, and if I still haven't quite decided where areas fits, I think you probably need a stunt to do that normally, or something, or maybe you could try and attack everyone in it. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I will let you try and attack everyone in an area, but it'll automatically get like, I'll give your opponent position just because you're spreading it further. There's probably a stunt you can get that means that would be like area attack where you wouldn't get that penalty, but you'd have to have the stunt or something. But I haven't really figured out exactly how stunts will work. So, in this case, I think especially because your weapon is sweeping, I would let you do that, but it would be harder, right? Because you'd be trying to spread your attention over multiple groups instead of just one.
Yep.
And in that case, then you would be able to avoid hitting Zion. Because sweeping is more controlled than area.
Are my Hellbreaker scouts anywhere in particular? I'd made a token for them.
They're just with you because they're an asset. Okay. So they just.
I just wanted to make a token for them.
Yeah. Oh, they do look pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I like that.
They're like Mandalorians. It's kind
of yeah. I'm always down for a good Mandalorian. All right. Oh yeah. So did you want to try and impede them? Sorry. They come swarming past your feet.
Yes, I think so.
You want to try and put down some fire and keep them from moving past you. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do them one at a time. So I'm moving back into your zone here. Getting crowded. So yeah, this is just a overcome roll for them, resist for you. So
cool.
They are just going to try and go as fast as they can. Where are they?
Are we thinking any other particular things are happening here in terms of what I'm putting in the dice pool for this particular situation as opposed to what I was doing before? Or is it just me looking at
I
them again?
think it's actually exactly the same because they're also combustible. So you also get that extra dice from
Perfect.
that one. So it should be exactly the same.
Very nice.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, actually, hold up. They're not. They should be combustible. It doesn't matter. Two. Right. This is going to be.
There you go. New token for Mordecai.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
More jungly.
Yeah. All right. They get 2 successes to try and get past you. Oh, and actually, you get a free success because the die fate was a fail. And I'm dumb. Hold on. Once again, I forget that they're weak. Okay, they get 1 success, and you still get the success. Yeah.
So I'm doing 66 and an extra success beyond that.
+1. Yeah.
Okay. So 5 successes altogether.
Nice. Okay.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So let me look at the resist move. You, I think this is new since the last time. Why am I dumb? Where's my? Here it is. Thank you. All right. So when you resist, if you get a normal success, you just deny them their intent. But if you get a great success, which the way this works now is, you have to get 1 over them to get a success. Then if you get 2 more, you get a great success. And every 2 after, you get another one, right?
Yep.
So how many? I don't know how many you got, though. I don't know if that matters.
I got two great successes, I believe.
Yeah, you got 5 and they got 1. So yes. Basically, you can pick one of these great success options, and then you can pick it again if you want. So the 2 options are, I've decreased the amount of options just to make it a little more streamlined. So hopefully people can just remember it. You can mark a segment on a relevant progress clock, which they can use stress to resist, but it's basically you do damage to them.
I think it'd only be 1 great success.
Well, I got 5 successes.
Yeah, he got a free one.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I was thinking 5 successes over, but no, you're right. I got 5 successes total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 1 great success over. I'm 1 success away from getting that.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Apparently I can't do math. Okay.
Either, so
that's
why we have Josh here.
Yeah. Or you can create a temporary 1d6 hindrance or like advanced. It's the new word I have for the not like the regular tags. So basically a new tag, which is temporary. The way temporary works now is if you create a temporary tag, it lasts till the end of your next turn. That's so that in a 1-on-1 it still benefits you. Among other things. So yeah, you can do either of those things if you would like.
And this is to the polyps.
Yep. And we'll basically just repeat this roll because there's 2 of them. So
are they literally polyps that are like crawling around?
Yeah, they look like miniature versions of halothane. They're like they have those weird tendril things, and there's like a ball with an eye and tendrils, and but there's probably like 100 of them in each of these things. Yeah,
I hate it. I think we're gonna try to do damage to them.
Sure. Alrighty. So that's the first one here. So they're obviously just gonna spend. Or wait, hold up. Do they have? They don't have anything to spend stress on. So they just take some damage. Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
They get bonked.
I made the right decision.
Yeah. I think that means. They still have it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we'll do basically just the same roll for the other group because they're both trying to move past you.
Okay. And I can hinder both of them.
If you want to. So technically, they'll get an extra dice. Nice. I guess I should do this. Hold on.
Oh yeah, has a hindrance thing.
So you got 1 of these. That's how I'm going to do that. So you got 1 distracted, basically as you're doing that. So if you want to accrue another one, you can try to stop the other guys. But these will last until the end of your turn. So like they'll impede whatever you do next. Also,
I think I want to do it. Okay. I think like my job isn't to do a damage to people. That's Mordecai's job.
That's fair. Okay,
I'm gonna try to just play defense here.
Sure. All right, so we'll do the same thing. So they had 5d6.
I got 4 successes that time.
And they got 3. So you do stop them, but nothing else special happens. So we'll go ahead and put that up to 2. That's their turn.
Sounds good.
Keep them back. Don't let them get past us.
Yeah.
If we get surrounded here, we die.
I think these guys are going to move over here just because it's getting really crowded. And then they'll try and wheel around, I guess. And they're in another zone, so
we're getting surrounded. We're dead.
And then so I don't know exactly. I want to basically. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. There's a ton of zombies out here, right? I mean, this is an enormous horde, so there's just more out here, back here. But I'm not going to mess with those for now because I don't want this to never end. Basically, just imagine that there's constantly zombies slowly like trickling in, and you got people fighting them and stuff. So I'm not too. I don't want it to be too overbearing. These guys, I will note, are much bigger than the others. You see following behind these little bone guys, there's much larger. They have, let's see. They have the same sort of bone structures, but they're large and flat, like a shield almost. It's basically like their arms are like big shields, sort of like on the Halothane image, right? Where they're big, broad, just barriers of bone. And they have these weird, like tendrilled, like spines almost coming off of them. That I guess they'll probably use that. Actually, hold up, being dumb. So we'll do this. They're going to target you guys since you're being swarmed with their fungal artillery. So we see the camera zooms in on those weird little tendril things, and they start to like bulge, and then they kind of like they undulate, and then something like this big green blob flies out of it at you guys.
Oh.
So I think this is probably
I don't like that.
And there's a handful of them. They're not. It's not just one of them. There's like probably 6 in that group.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely was the word I was thinking.
Just like spiders, eh?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Indeed. Oh boy. All right. I gave them area. I don't think that actually helps them. They do a lot more damage to their buddies here than they would, so they're going to try and like not make use of that. Medium range. Okay. They get 6 dice for this. Yeah. So basically, you're being shelled now by weird poisonous blobs.
Artillery.
What would you like to do about that?
Me,
what does that
still?
look like? Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Everyone's kind of clumped into the zone, so they're just trying to like splash all of you.
Yeah. I guess we'll probably just try to like avoid it, and I'll do like a similar thing, except with what's it called? Perception songs instead of combat songs. So it's like I immediately switch, and I'm like, everyone scatter right, and we're just trying to like be epic superheroes and dodge them all.
Using your maneuver gear, I suppose, right? Probably.
Yeah. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So what does that look like for you, Dice?
I think it should be the same, right? 66. Maybe 5 because I don't have the die fate.
Oh yeah, and your maneuver gear isn't an actual asset, so yeah,
it is not.
Yeah, I think we'll probably call that a straight roll. They get a couple dice because you guys are distracted. Here we go. Here comes the attack. Wow, they rolled awful. All right. Nice. All right. Yeah. So I guess technically they do 1 damage because it's a tie.
Yeah. I'll do the stress thing again.
Yeah.
I think maybe we'll lower. Oh, I never lowered presence, so I guess I'll do that now. Or it got stress on presence.
Cool. Sounds good.
Let's do that now.
All righty. Yeah. So you shot everyone to get out of the way. They managed to use your guidance to zip out into the trees, and with that, we hear a loud thump and some cacophony from outside, and I mean, I guess you kind of already described yourself, but what does it look like as you land outside Draken Thor?
I also got a new token for him. I AI generated this one. There you go.
Nice. Very cool.
Boom.
Well, for starters, he's riding some sort of mutated dragon. It's got multiple eyes.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
it doesn't have two wings. It has like it's almost like moth wings.
Very cool.
And it has some like smaller wings like off its limbs and in different places that just seem like odd places for wings, and they don't seem like they're big enough to really carry him, but all of the wings together, well, and some of them are large too, but just very, very odd. It's like you know, like when you like you wear a shirt and you take it off, you're like, oh, it doesn't smell, so I'll like set it on this chair. And then you just keep doing that with all these shirts and like all these different clothes. You just got all these clothes on a chair. It kind of looks like that. Like that's what the dragon kind of looks like. So.
Nice, but with wings.
Yeah, but with wings. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
And I think it's probably like a deep purple color, almost kind of like a poison frog purple kind of color.
Nice. All right, cool.
And I forget his name. Draken Thor, he is riding this thing, and so when he lands, it's really his dragon Crazion who's landing.
Yes. Very cool. And yeah, of course, you kill some not important zombies in the background.
Oh yeah.
And what would you like to do with your
Crazion? Eat some of them.
Oh, that's probably not good for his tummy. What would you like to do?
He gets a mild stomach ache, but he gets over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you can land in the actual zone.
Which place did you tell me I'm landing? I did see him over there. Okay, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. I had him out here, but that's not a real zone, so.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could add something, but there's no point.
I think I'm gonna go after this guy.
Go after the big guy. All right.
Yeah, after the big guy. And in terms of roles here,
well, just tell me what it looks like, and that'll give us most of the information.
He kind of like well, there's no body language or anything because he's communicating to his dragon psychically. So his dragon just
right.
His dragon just goes forward, and I think he kind of like charges forward and like using his wings to like gust himself forward, and
Nice.
The scales on his body seem to like flutter, and like a weird like purple glow starts to come from his body, and then right as he gets close enough to in the charge, as if he's like gonna bite off its head or something, instead just like a purple breath weapon just shoots out of his jaw.
Very cool. Awesome. All right. So let's see. Let's look at your dude.
Oh, that's dope. That's actually way better than I was expecting.
Nice.
Nice. That's
took me a couple of generations, but there you go.
Sweet.
20, 30 years. Let's see. All right. So you've got we're going to use your stats anyways, even though your dragon's kind of doing the work here, but this is you using your bond, right? So we'll call that willpower. I think that makes sense.
Sweet.
To direct him, right?
Dope.
And I don't think any of your character takes much here. You obviously get one for Crazion, and his breath weapon. I'm going to bold these just because they're bold on everybody else. We're not being defensive here. Yeah, so probably 5. It looks like, right?
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Actually, I think this is. I mean, you said it was purple, but it's still hot, right? The fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. So you get 6 then, and then the die of fate. So what's up?
Where did the extra one come from?
He's combustible. He is weak to fire, so he gives you a die from his own weakness.
Oh, okay, cool. And then how do you want me to roll the die of fate? Just it's the first one that I'm
It's just
rolling?
the first one. Yep.
So roll 76 then.
Mhm.
And then greater than 4, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so 4 successes, and then the die of fate was a 3. So I assume that means nothing happens for the die of fate, right? It's just if it's a 6 or a 1.
The die of fate always gives someone a success. If it's a fail for you, then it's a success for the other person.
Right, but that it just counts as a normal die otherwise. Is that
Right? Yeah. Like if you had succeeded, you just gotta. Well, I'm not sure what you mean.
never mind. It's
Okay.
relevant. It's relevant. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. So he just turns around and tries to tank it. He does a pretty good job. Did this work right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. You can just add +1 and it'll give you a free success. That's good. Yeah. So as of right now, you can inflict 1 damage on him and he'll do stress, but you can reroll if you want to use a trait or something like that. But
let's see. So and by invoking a trait, I'd be spending a bond point, or
yeah. So we're going to
we're
try
still
that
using
thing.
bond points, right?
No, I think we're for this one we're going to try what we talked about last night about not using them at all. So it would just be once per session, and then if you do compels, you just mark XP on the trait.
So, but each trait can be used once per session,
Yes.
or is it just okay? I'm gonna do my drive trait of purify creation. So
Nice, that makes sense.
Or actually, it makes more sense because that's a well, these seem kind of similar. But clear the infected near our home is technically what's going on here.
Right, that's true.
So I'll invoke that one.
Cool. All right, yeah. So you can reroll. You can't reroll the die of fate, but you can reroll 1. Oh, it's only 2 dice. It's up to you whether or not you want to do it because you got the other 4 successes.
Well, I rolled 6 dice plus the die of fate, and then I had 3 successes, 3 failures. Right? Is that? I got that 3. Oh no, I'm dumb. Yeah.
The die of fate never rerolls. So
yeah, you've only got two failed dice that can be
rerolled. No, maybe I shouldn't reroll then. Yeah, this seems like a bad play.
Okay. You do still do 1 damage anyway.
Chance-wise, yeah. Probability-wise, this is a bad move. So yeah, I'm reading that wrong. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I put this on the wrong. Oh, I'm dumb. Hold on, time out.
So maybe the giant creature dodges the breath weapon, but is still like harmed by the heat. Flies by his head or something.
He doesn't know how to dodge. He's big and dumb. He just stands in the way of it. So, but what happens is he basically sets his arms up in the way and like just you see like the fungal growth like melting off of his arms. But I suppose now is a good time to mention that as it melts, you see it sort of start slowly reknitting and like it's not like a troll. He doesn't just grow his arm back in like 2 seconds, but you can tell he's slowly recovering in some way.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was my thought too. All right, cool. Well done. That was dope.
Yeah.
And with that, I think since it's a new round, he's going to respond. And as soon as the flame ends, we see him reach out, and he's going to try and grab your dragon's head and headbutt him. And we'll see how that goes. What do you do in response to that? I guess we'll figure out the narrative here first.
If he tries to headbutt the dragon, I don't know.
We're in a kaiju fight.
Probably tries to like just fly above him so that he can't do that. I guess
tries to evade him, basically, just lift off the ground. And okay, cool. He's just gonna end up hanging from your face in the air and be like, ah. All right, cool. Here we go. So I'll do his first since you're resisting. I don't think anybody has an inherent advantage here necessarily. So actually, I don't know. Well, yeah, I think it's probably all the same. 4. If he was trying to do this to anybody else that wasn't a dragon, he'd be probably doing better. All right. Yeah. Go with that. All right.
Okay, so then for my defense, I can still use willpower since I'm using the dragon to defend.
Yeah.
Or
I
acuity?
think. I mean, because it's sort of the dragon doing the movement, so I think probably still willpower. I guess it would be acuity normally, but
right.
In this case, I think you're sort of working together. I don't know. We might end up doing willpower for everything, so we might have to reevaluate that. But for now, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So then let's see.
I guess I'm not technically using the breath weapon.
Right, but I'll give you one for coordinating defensively with your bond because you are technically still doing that, even though it's on a different asset. I don't think I'll give you the bond one necessarily because I guess technically I probably should. That should be on the other asset probably for that to work.
A little bit of overlap.
They're very similar. So
yeah.
I think I'll just give you that one for coordinating defensively, not for the bond, just because I think that still makes sense.
Okay, so then 4 plus the die fate.
Well, so he's attacking, so he'll do the die fate. It's the active person.
Oh, that's right. Yep. That's right. Okay.
So here's his roll. You get the die fate bonus. Wow, it's a bad roll. So when you make your roll, just add +1 to the end.
Perfect.
Nice. So you do take 1 damage because it's a tie. But you can sink that into stress if you want.
But here I could use a trait to reroll, correct?
If you wanted to, yeah. You would be re-rolling 3 dice, yeah.
I think I will. I'll do clear out the infected in my home. Okay. So then I'm just re-rolling the failed dice.
Yep. It's like a call on. And right now it's literally
gotcha. So maybe I should have re-rolled those other dice earlier. I understand now. I was thinking I'd re-roll all my successes too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so then.
Nice. All right,
so then
no
damage.
Nice.
And then how do I signify on the sheet that I used that one?
Highlight it or something. Yeah.
Sure.
There you go. All right, yeah, nice. So yeah, we see it like he basically gets this, or no, because you succeed. Yeah, he tries to get this headbutt off, but we see your connection enabling the dragon to he ducks his head out of the way and lifts off the ground. He just ends up yelling at you and swinging his giant head into the ground. And you notice when he hits the ground cracks. Something about his head is his head is apparently just an enormous block of cement or something. It even though he's huge, it has a way bigger impact than you thought it would. And it's clear when he does it that his head is the center of mass, apparently. But yeah, well done. All right, so now any of you can go, because turn order isn't set or anything, and it's one of your guys' turn. Who'd like to go next?
I feel like Mordecai hasn't done anything in a while.
Yeah, Mordecai, you want to go?
Sure. Yes, so I think I'm trying to see if I can think of a way. So I believe it's maneuver. It's the create advantage thing.
Right, yeah, I renamed create advantage to maneuver.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and maneuver myself, by which I mean I'm gonna try and like just immediately stuff as many things as I can in my bag. Just like he's not even really thinking about it. He's just doing it on instinct and just shoving everything he can in there. So he's gonna try and just try and make a I don't know if this is possible, but he's gonna try and make a napalm or like a white phosphorus like he did before. Only he's gonna try and make the smoke anesthetic. He's going to try and lace incendiary and medical. I'm trying to like lace both of them in. Yeah. Like a straight up injection.
Okay. Like to inject the phosphorus into something? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. I'm trying to create the tag, but like a improved version of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So
there's also a new kind of tag called a hazard. Which is probably, I guess, what acid pool is. If you interact with a hazard, you just take that much damage. Unless you have something that would reasonably reduce it, then it, if you had like a die of fireproof, then it would reduce that if it was fire, right? But it's basically just automatic damage. And so you can, if you roll well enough on create advantage, or however, I don't remember how I ended up doing it. You could just create hazards. Okay. You could just like make a hazard tag on your weapon, right? Or whatever. Which is probably what you're doing. That would be, I guess, basically, if you were able to hit somebody with it, they would just take an extra damage, pretty much. But you could also just make it a regular tag too, that makes it like easier to hit them in the first place.
We'll see how we're going.
It's up to you.
Find out what happens.
How you want to,
So this would probably be acuity. Using the rapid reaction matrix, I'm going to try and loop in both those tags. I'm going to push my acuity for a couple of extra dice.
Sounds good.
That in there. So that's 3, 5, 8. And can I get the mission briefing for fire?
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
3, 6, 8, 9. 9, and then the what's it called? The die fate.
Sounds good.
That's not a good die fate.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh no.
That's good.
Let me check. I think we do the. So let's see. I can trigger drawback, generate additional hit. All right. So the options currently, and these are subject to change, but if you roll a 1, I get to pick from this list, and if you roll a 6, you can pick from this list. I can trigger a drawback from an asset that you used. I don't know if you have any drawbacks that are relevant here. Unwieldy is a limitation.
I think it's just an extra dice for them.
Yeah. It's just a dependent. Okay. And set up requirements for something else. Okay, so yeah, and the matters there, I don't think so. I could mark a stress on it. I think that is probably what I will do instead. So yeah, I'll go ahead and mark a stress on your rapid reaction matrix, which basically just means I think you're, like you said, you're just grabbing stuff and jamming it in there. I think you're basically just low on key ingredients right now, right? So you just have to re-up your stock. But the chances are pretty good this will go well for you. So yeah, let's do standard difficulty. 4 + 1. Oh, what? Wow, that was a really good roll. Oh, you still got it. So you get to create. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to do my relationship trait.
Okay.
and say that Zion hasn't acknowledged my worth, but he will soon.
Nice.
And I'm going to just roll those last 3 dice
Yeah.
to see if I can
Go for it.
get a bonus. 2 extra. That's what I needed.
Nice. All right. So you're at 8 now.
Of them.
Yes. Right. So that's enough for great success. So
I'm
you can
making
yeah.
my tag.
Yep. And you can either improve it by 1d6 or you can do something else also, basically.
Yep. I'm going to treat it as simple.
Okay.
And then I'll make a now temporary would just be this round, right?
Yeah, it's till the end of your next turn.
Okay, end of my next turn. Okay.
In
that case,
and I mean, to be
gonna
fair,
make
if you wait to take your turn until the very end of the round, it'll last most of that round too. So, because you can take your turn whenever you want.
Yeah. In that case, I'll go the temporary advanced.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You want? Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you're talking about. Yeah. So you want the 2d6 temporary? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got phosphorus injections 2d6. That's apparently not how you. Oh yeah, I'm done. All right, there you go. It's white for some reason, but well.
Yeah. And then my actual action is I'm going to try and do that blast everyone bad in that area.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to try and prove to my buddy Zion that I definitely am useful.
Yeah.
You should acknowledge me.
You can attack just one group with sweeping and it'll give you an extra die. I'll let you attack 2 groups, but it will I'll give them the 2d6 position bonus, both of them. If you want to attack everybody, I'll probably do the 46 thing for all of them. That probably won't be worth it because you'll be spreading it over so many people. So how many groups do you want to target?
I think I'll go the 2 of them.
Cool. Okay. You want to do the little spore guys or the zombie guys?
Both the weird spore guys.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right. They'll probably be the same. They're both just going to try and scatter. It'll probably be basically the same roll. So you can just go ahead and make your roll twice. So we've got
acuity, I'm going to go for the sweeping and penetrating because they're a group. I can shred through multiple ones with 1 dart.
Sure, yeah. Usually penetrating is good against armor, but I think that's fine in this case. They're very squishy, so I think it makes sense.
And I will
and obviously you have phosphorus injection, so it's 7. Right. That count right?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna I'll put phosphorus injection.
No, I didn't count right.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna push myself with let's see. Probably push myself with acuity as well.
Okay. So I think you're at 10 now. You got 3 for acuity, 1 for the manipulator, sweeping and penetrating is 2. Then we've got 2 for your phosphorus injection, so that's 8, and then 10 if you're pushing yourself.
Yeah, and then the die effect. So
right, yeah, so 11
total. Yeah,
right. Sweet. All right. And yeah, I think. Yeah, we'll call it a straight one. And I'm trying to think if you're. How much movement does this take for you to do? Because you have that dislocated shoulder thing, but I don't know. And you're using a glove on your arm, but I don't know how much. How much is it like Yondu, where you just stand there and whistle, and how much is it like metal bending? You know what I mean?
At least at the moment, like this is the first one I'm doing, so it's just all push rather than like bringing anything to myself. So I think it's relatively small amounts of things.
Okay.
I think if I use the thing again, then it's definitely going to cause some problems with the old arm.
Alrighty. Okay, yeah, never mind. That's fine. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I get mission briefing because of the fire? That's the other thing.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. Just add another one in there. So you get one extra.
Okay. So they both get 4 to this, but they're skill 1. So
yeah, and I'm probably gonna use my what's his name? Push myself with counter the Tannerin spores.
Oh yeah,
because I specifically targeted the spore guys.
Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, I've got only 2, so you're 3 over.
Yeah,
already.
I think I'm gonna do that trade as well, just because I want to do as much damage as I can with it.
Sure, yeah.
Got to impress my buddy. So let's see.
Joke's on you, Mordecai, because I like you just the way you are.
3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 dice.
Nice.
So 3 more.
All right, so 8 to 2. That's so 2 degrees.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you do 2 damage because it's a success, a regular success. And then you can increase that. You can do an additional segment 2 more times, or you can create tags or whatever, or a combination thereof. One of them has 3 health and the other has 4. So if you picked damage twice, you would kill them both, but you would be wasting damage on one. But I'm sure that doesn't hurt your feelings.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna shred them all.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. So yeah, we see just a torrent of these little metal spikes glowing with white phosphorus, just bursting through just popping them all like little balloons. Yeah, and they scatter around, but they're I mean, there's probably just like the heat of them going by is enough to kill some of them. And yeah, they are both dead. Boop. Boop. I'm actually just gonna move them off because there's so much stuff on screen. Well done. Nice. All right. What does it look like? What do we see from you when you kill them all? Is there any reaction to you from you?
I think he does the thing of like sending out these darts at the guys, being very careful to wrap them around the allies, and I think he has like tagged like because they're kind of semi-magnetic, he's balanced them around the gloves of the what do you call your dudes?
Hellbreakers?
They call the Hellbreakers. Mm-hmm. Basically he's worked
Zion's
it out
not
so
impressed that you forgot that.
He's worked it out so like the Hellbreakers have their gloves which they use to like pull on pylons and pull them themselves everywhere. He's basically worked it out so that the like whatever magnetic forces on that is completely is the same magnetic field that's on his things, and so we probably actually see some of the darts flying straight for some of the Hellbreakers, and then they just kind of branch out like they hit the magnet and slice
it's like a bubble
things.
around them.
So they're all going off in like random angles as well, which helps shred them all.
Awesome.
And then we kind of see him like grimace and like clearly anticipating the pain that it's going to be to draw them all back to himself.
Right, yeah.
And he's just like, you see him bracing his arm, trying to make sure that it doesn't hurt him too much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, and while you're scattered, all of our bone sword friends are going to try and chop you into little pieces.
I definitely missed the description of those guys. So that's sick and terrible.
Oh, of who? Sorry,
bone swords.
Oh yeah, their arms.
Didn't realize they had bone swords.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So
they're attacking me.
This is their only chance to kill you, probably because you've got
yeah,
those things and they suck. So let's see. Like I said, I don't know how to balance this game. I mean, to be fair, I made them scale 1, knowing that would make them weaker, but they're struggling to do anything. So okay, let's see. We got. Why aren't they the same? Sorry. Okay. I did get 6. I don't think there's going to be any inherent positional benefits here because your gun line has sort of been broken, but they're also still crossing the ground. So I think it probably more or less evens out. So what does it look like? How do you guys defend against that? Basically, you've all spread out to avoid the bombs, and then they're swarming into the cracks trying to like split you guys up and get close while you're moving.
Yeah. Gun line is definitely gone away. So I guess that everybody's rifles are just going slung back over the shoulder or discarded onto the ground momentarily while everybody pulls out their heated machetes and just tries to hack away. And we're trying to go inward again so we can face outward and like have a phalanx again.
Try to fight inward, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Same deal, coordinating them and all that stuff?
I would assume so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think they're probably still within like, you'd be like, Timmy, like everybody switch, fix bayonets.
Yeah. That's basically the exact thing that's happening. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And that'd just be 5 dice, yes. And then they're getting extra dice for my hindrance.
Are you still using combat song?
Yeah, combat songs and Hellbreaker Scouts. I don't think there's any change there. So as long as I don't get minus dice for anything, I think.
No, but I think that's 6, isn't it?
Well, I don't have the die of fate, so.
Right. I guess maybe I was counting monster hunting, but I guess that's maybe not.
I think it's because then it's maybe
you get 1 for each of the assets, and then 1 for combat songs, 1 for monster hunting, and then 2 for presence. Right. That was what I was thinking.
Oh, 2. Yeah.
6.
Oh my goodness, I've been rolling 1 less dice. Yeah.
Oh no.
I've been doing the calculations on this wrong. You're right though. Oh, that didn't matter.
Okay. Here's their.
I forgot that I had 2 for my presence or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll. Yeah, and they were only succeeding on 5.
That was a ridiculously good roll for 5.
Yeah, right. Greater than 5. Yeah. This was their only chance to get you because you're distracted from attacking the polyps, so they're being useful. So yeah, unless you want to re-roll anything or anything like that. Do you have anything you want to do in response to that?
I don't really know what I can do because I can't use Hellbreaker Scout Captain again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm gonna use my 12 lean trait. So I actually I have a goal against this, so I'm kind of doing a mold breaker situation here. I think maybe they're not following my orders as quickly as they should. Mm-hmm. And then I think I alternate to I default to haughty nobleman speak.
Oh right? Yeah, you're like, this isn't working, I gotta do what works.
Yeah, exactly. And so I default to like like, get in line, you peasants, like sort of a thing instead of the what I want to be.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
All right, so that means 1, 2, 3 dice.
Yes.
Looks like it.
Oh no! Oh, that's bad.
Well, all right.
Okay. Well, at least you didn't
I was
get
a jerk for no reason.
At least I didn't get 3 over you. So you take 2 damage, which you can reduce 1 by stress.
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and. What happens when you fill up an attribute on stress?
No, you just can't.
Okay,
you don't have any more stress. Yeah.
I'll go and fill up fortitude.
I considered having it give you like a hindrance, like tired or whatever, but I'm not really sure. That might be a lot to track. So that's why I haven't done that.
Yeah,
But,
so I'm absolutely exhausted at the end of this, and then I do take 1 resilience then.
Yes, resilience. Which gives you a 1d6 hindrance.
Got it.
For being injured, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
My dumb little zombies did something. All right.
Yep.
One of you get to go now. Who would like to go?
Yeah, so we see maybe like a couple of Hellbreakers get slashed by these bone swords, and
Yeah.
Me and this big boy aren't done yet.
All right, cool, good deal.
Oh yeah. Also, the first thing I did was I said, "What the heck is that?" And then,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're like, oh.
bone sword things.
Yeah, you're probably like, "Oh, we're all dead," and then it tries to burn the guy.
Exactly.
Like, "Oh, we're all gonna live."
All right.
I'm currently in the air because that's how I chose to evade.
Right.
So I think it's just gonna like spin around,
millions of moth wings
and
flapping,
like jump on its back. And,
okay, you're like trying to land on him.
Probably try and breathe fire into the back of its spine, or like in the nape. The nape.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. He is just gonna try and like throw you off. Basically, that's his move. Because you're landing on him, right? So.
Okay. So then, same as before, 66, but defile.
Yeah, I think so. Let me. Yeah, same.
And then I'm rolling first, right?
Yes.
Ooh. 5 for the defile. That just counts as a success.
It's just a normal success, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is defense, but yeah, he's just gonna try and like grab you and like flip you off before you burn him too badly here.
Flip you off? How rude!
Yeah, give you the bird. Yeah. So I mean,
the dragon, not the bird.
He's just a really big bird. Not the yellow one though. You still do 1 damage. Unless you'd like to. I did not think we'd get ties this much. Ties happen a lot more often than I expect.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm glad I changed it. It used to be there was no damage on a tie. You got like an advantage or something. So I'm glad I did some damage on a tie at least. Yes, I got.
I'll invoke my legendary bonded warrior identity trait.
Okay, cool, good deal.
A small success is not
legendary enough.
Yeah, well, it's not legendary enough. But yeah, he's like he won't accept failure.
Yeah.
He's too proud for that.
Or even subpar success.
That's right. In which case, I am re-rolling 1, 2, 3, 4 dice, right?
Yes.
I'm just re-rolling them.
Yes.
Nice. All right, another 2 successes.
All right, so you got 5 and he got 3. So that's not quite a great success, but it is 1 more damage. You do 2 to him now. Very nice. So yeah, obviously he's going to take some straps, and then he'll take a real hit, and you do some real damage to him. That's not what I have to do. What the heck's going on here? Sorry, give me 1 second.
Some real damage as opposed to
meaning that he takes a hindrance now. It's actually like impeding him in some way now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Crispy. All right. Nice. Yeah. So you see you latch your claw, the dragon latches claws into him and just breathe fire. Are you just like up there poking him with your stick, or?
I don't know.
Probably don't want to get burned.
I don't know if he's really doing anything outside of just.
He's just kicking up his feet.
Yeah.
Nice. Good deal. All right. Let's see. I think our artillery guys are going to go again. They're going to try and shoot 1 more time here. While you're still suffering from the distractedness.
Yeah, and who's doing that? This guy?
Defiled elite. The guys over in the weird squiggly guys.
These guys.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at a different screen. Yeah, these guys, yep. So they keep firing their weird little like glob bombs.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna step out for a minute and switch to the laptop while Ezra gets down for his nap. So since it just took my turn, I'll back in a bit.
Okay. Yeah. What does
I'll
your
leave-
defense look like here? Sorry.
Caleb, go ahead and just kick me when I'm.
Yep.
Or maybe don't kick me. I can get off of it from here.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. What does your defense look like? Obviously, you're sort of embroiled in melee now.
Yeah.
Which also
Good
I think means
question.
that I'm probably gonna have to defend with the little dudes too. I don't think there's any way to hit them and not you not them right now. So
Mhm. That's a good question. I don't think scattering is a good idea. So maybe we are just going to try to move entirely. So instead of like scattering around this zone, I think we might just try to zip into the trees on the edge of the zone.
okay. Cool,
So
off to the side. All right, cool.
completely avoid and like try to, maneuver ourselves with our
Mhm.
maneuvering gear into the trees.
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's probably the same dice though.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I feel like there's probably a position thing here just because you're in melee combat right now trying to escape as well.
I still have my hindrance, don't I?
Yeah, that too.
I haven't gone yet.
I think I'll probably give their shot a couple dice of advantage for just because you're gonna have a harder time getting away. But actually I'm gonna even it out because they have heavy, which means they're not good against evasive targets. So I'm just gonna even it out instead. So yeah. But then they get the 2 from your thing. Are you injured?
I'm not injured.
You haven't taken any.
I don't think
Wait,
so.
didn't you take a condition?
Oh, I just took resilience.
Just
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let me add that on here. I guess I should have been doing it for this guy too. He has a 1 penalty as well. All right, now that you can see it, but there you go. All right. Okay. Sorry, my brain isn't working.
No, you're fine.
Here's their shot. Greater than 4. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but here we go. Bam. Whoa, my gosh.
Well,
You got 9 successes on 10 dice. How?
Almost were 6s.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's a valiant effort.
That was a pretty good roll. Yeah,
I got the same ratio of successes.
Yeah, man,
dice.
we've had really good rolls in general this match, this session. All right.
Not really much I can do beyond that. So
yeah, that is still a success or like an extra success. So they will.
There's no open-ending dice in this game, is there?
Not currently.
Okay. Sad day.
Maybe that could be something that stunts can do. I don't know. I haven't figured stunts out yet. That
makes sense.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I guess. What?
I say, well, I'm dead.
Yeah, they'll probably just do more damage. I mean, this won't kill you, but
no,
it'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, so you take 3 damage total. Obviously, you can do one way with stress.
One way with stress.
Yeah. I'm also going to.
I'll fill up presents. I'm really running out of stress here. And then I take 2 damage.
Yeah, you took a lot of the brunt of the combat there. Yes. Yeah. So you should be at 3, I think.
I have 1 left.
Yeah. So if you get that last one, you die. So give me 1 second. There's probably not like instant death. There will probably be some in between. But
I get taken down, yeah.
Yeah, you get taken out, right. Yeah. But yeah, let me just defend for these zombies real quick. 1, 2, 3.
But I can have my Hellbreaker scouts die before I do, right?
Yeah, well, you can spend stress on them. So yes, technically, but
I'm not going to do that now. But I might do that next time.
I think they might just blow up all of these little dudes. Hold on. I guess they should have had more for being.
Why are you rolling again?
This is the zombies defending for being shot. They were in with you. These are bombs.
Oh,
so like
yeah. Okay.
they're also getting hit.
I was like, did you just do a call on for them to
No.
kill me?
Like I don't think I did good enough.
How cruel are you?
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have traits.
Yeah. You would have only been able to roll one die anyway.
Yeah. This is what I meant to do. Yeah, okay. I think they just die. I don't think. Well, they do have a lot. There's a lot of them. So that was 7 over. So
That's
that's
success with 3 raises.
4 damage. Yes. So they're actually not dead. They're just very, very injured.
Wouldn't
this takes out
5 damage.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry.
4 after stress if they spend stress.
Yeah, but you're right. I did do the math. Yeah. I was thinking 1 damage initially, not 2. So look at that. You're already better at playing my game than I am.
Josh is usually better at playing mini games better than we are.
Yeah, so that kills almost all of them. They have one chunk of health left. Yeah. They didn't appreciate that very much. But the elites don't seem to mind about it too much.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Like the elitists they are.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the downside to fighting groups is that they don't take dice penalties. They just lose their bonus dice. So, yeah, I mean, they do get easier to fight, but not as much as fighting an individual. Yeah, so they're badly hurt. I'm still going to put a thing on them just so I remember that they lost dice, but or maybe I'll use a different color so it's clear.
I assume these are extra special markers that you got on Roll20 Marketplace to.
No,
they're just colored dots.
Yeah, they're just colored dots.
Right, but they have numbers on them. How
free.
If you hover over the dot, you push a number, it'll put a number on that dot.
What?
Yeah. I learned this from much smarter people.
Since when?
I learned that years ago playing a mech RPG with some friends of mine. And
wait, I'm not doing it right.
Hover over it with your mouse and then push a number.
So like yeah.
And then if you just click it again, it'll go away. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Could I have access to my token, by the way? Well, technically.
Do you not have access to your token?
No.
Oh. Well, what the heck?
I can't do anything with him.
I got it.
Sad. Sag.
Who would like to go? I recommend that Zion go so that he can get rid of his.
I need to get rid of this immediately.
Yeah. I think the rest of us have had our turns, so.
Yeah. Oh, and I guess the other thing I should say. Oh, yeah, you're right. The other thing I should say is that you anytime that a roll is not being resolved, you can give up. Just like in Fate, which basically means you're no longer in the fight, but you get a say in how that happens instead of me deciding how it happens.
Zion just says, "We're leaving Mordecai here to die. Bye, guys." And we just zip into the trees. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's really a thing I should do. So,
I mean, it's up to you. It doesn't have to be like you take the coward's way out, right? Like it can literally be like the bones where people chase you into the trees and you're like, you get pushed and separated.
Well, I mean, part of the issue is that we've already established the trees are like solid enough that we can't just run through them.
Yes, no. If you went through them, you would be by yourself and very like, I think you probably physically could, but it would be very difficult to move through. You would be literally by yourself. No one could stand next to you.
Sure,
it would be very dangerous.
I'm not going to do that. Okay. I honestly think we might just try to take out the ones in front of us.
Sure.
What's the thing about like doing so well on a roll that you do a simple action? That's like creative advantage or whatever, right?
Yeah. So I think that is only a thing for maneuver, which is creative advantage. I just renamed it.
All right.
Or overcome, because they're basically the same thing, just with different mechanical results.
I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to try to leave this zone and zip
push
into the
through,
trees.
Climb on the dragon.
Yeah, have him fly his way. I'm gonna go backwards towards where Mordecai is. Just fall back and try to zip into the trees behind him, basically. So if they want to, if they want to resist that, they can. Otherwise, they'll probably do like a create an advantage to get like a good position to snipe from or whatever.
Yeah. I think I probably would have, but they did just get mostly obliterated. So I'm just gonna say go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. So we get to move a zone for free, right?
Yeah. Simple action can be to move. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're moving behind Mordecai, and then I'll do create an advantage to try to get up into the trees.
Sure.
With and have everybody like lined up for firing.
Yeah.
Since this guy with the dragon is taking their attention for now, we'll just try to blast him from a distance. So that would be Hellbreaker Scouts and I guess perception songs, probably. Gonna do
that makes sense.
Sniping position or whatever. Not sniping, but
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then I get the die fate.
Mm-hmm.
So what do my hindrances do exactly? It's just when people roll against me.
Yes, they just add dice to me.
Got it. Oh, that was a D7. Sorry.
Interesting.
I don't know why I did that.
You got a 7. I mean,
I did get a 7. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure that being distracted really makes this any harder, so I'm just going to do the injury one.
Cool. 3 successes. Oh, you get an extra.
Oh, your tie of fate was a, and it was a 1. So okay, you still get it, but die of fate. If you didn't have professional group, I would mark stress on them and they would abandon you. But I don't think that makes a lot of sense here. So, do you have any interesting drawbacks?
I do have one on Hellbreaker songs, which is unreliability.
Oh, so you do. Interesting. Did you get any ones? Would that even matter? You did get some ones. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll trigger an unreliability. So I don't think the die of fate counts for this because it doesn't get rerolled generally. So I think it'd be weird for it to be rerolled for this. So go ahead and reroll that one you did, and if you get any failures, it'll reduce your successes.
It does.
Okay, so you got 2 successes, so it's a tie. So you do get something from that. What is that?
It's like a temporary.
Yeah, I think so. Changed these enough times I don't remember it off the top of my head anymore. Let's see. You can create a basic tag, which influences the narrative and the position call, but doesn't actually like give dice automatically. Or you can create a temporary tag for 1d6.
I'll do temporary 1d6.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I'll say I don't know, ready to fire, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. I'll put a little T next to it. So it's temporary. Right. I think it's just these zombies left, right? Pretty sure.
Yep.
All right. They will come in and attempt to attack Mordecai here. Because everyone else is up in the trees. So I'm gonna move you on the line so I remember that. Shoot. Okay. Also, as a note, sorry, your things go away now. You can defend for other people. So in your situation, Caleb, you might be able to like lay down suppressing fire and defend for Mordecai if you want. If Mordecai is not in a position to defend well, I'm not sure which one will be better. Except for that he's fighting a group.
I think
so
I should be okay.
See how this goes, but yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
I think I see them incoming and like grimace because I know it's coming, and like I hold up the glove and clench it, and all the darts come speeding back toward me. And I'm basically going to try and make a like when the archers put their spikes in front of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that with my darts, plonk them in front of me, set it up to like jab them as they come trying to charge at me.
Yeah, build a trap basically.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. That sounds cool. All right, so Sorry. There you are.
So 3 for security. One for sweeping, one for things are fine.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Makes sense.
I'm going to push
then-
myself with fortitude.
Okay. And you've got there's still phosphorus injections until the end of your turn. Or wait, yeah, because you did that on your turn this round, right? So yeah, there's still phosphorus right now. So you get 2 for that as well. So yeah, 9.
2, 4. Yep. 9.
All right, and then so I'll roll first because they're attacking and they have the fate and all that. Oh, I forgot about that. All right. By the way, Caleb, the injuries you get from the oh no, those are from the bombs. The bombs hurt you, right? The sword guys didn't. Okay, that's good. Wait, do they have that?
Let's say no.
Oh, they do. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, yeah. So I'm just gonna put this here for no reason at all. All right.
Fun.
Yeah. Sorry. Here we go. All right. They got 4 successes. They're doing pretty good for being so sucky. But you get a free success because of the die fate, and you can either, because I got a 1. They don't think they have any drawbacks that would help you here. You could inflict stress on them. They have armor and they have like bone carapace and bone swords. Both only have 1 stress, so if you could stress either of those out and remove them, or you could get another success, like a second free success from the die of fate. I think those are the options, or you could suggest a narrative twist if you want, but I'm not really sure what that would be. Do you have a preference there? Between a second free success, or basically removing one of their assets, their armor or their weapons.
Yeah, I think I'll just grab a free success.
Okay, so go ahead and add +2 at the end of your roll instead.
Yep.
Dang, son. All right.
Whoa.
Very nice. Yeah, so you might get to do some damage here. I mean, you can do some damage. So you got 1 degree of success. Is that right? 1 great success.
Yeah, one great success. Yep.
All right. So, I mean, yeah, you can inflict damage if you want. I assume that's probably the one you want to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Damage.
I actually think I'm going to take that on their armor, so they're going to spend the stress on their armor. And basically, like walking through your things, you see like the bone carapace and stuff like that. They start to just degrade enough that it doesn't act as protection anymore. So yeah, your field of withering fires.
Would ready to fire have helped me?
I don't think so. Sorry, they could create an advantage that was like, if they had created an advantage that was like covering fire or something. Like if they'd used that, they could have used that bonus to create another one that was like covering fire, right? This just means that when they shoot, they'll get bonuses.
Okay. Cool.
They could create one to do that though. That is a thing that could happen.
Mhm.
I cannot find this thing. That's the top of the round, right? Everybody's gone?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Is Connor back?
Mhm.
Cool.
Your boy Condog is here.
All right, Condog. You are currently on top of Big Boy, breathing fire on him. He is going to try and like pile drive the both of you into the ground.
Okay.
So using his face, of course, because it's very heavy. So yeah, he's basically trying to pull you down and like just headbutt you onto the ground. So let's see. Goodness, I'm losing my mind. I have so many tabs that I keep forgetting which one is which. All right. He's gonna push himself here. He's gonna push his fungal mass. All right. Here we go. Here's sorry. What's your defense look like here?
Describe again what he's doing.
So you're latched onto him, breathing fire. He's just gonna try and grab you and pull you onto the ground and like just bury you in with his head. It's like headbutt you into the ground. That's his attempt. Basically, it's the same thing he was trying to do when he was defending against you, but failed. You were able to hold on, and he wasn't strong enough. But he's basically gonna try to do it again.
Okay. Sorry. I can't quite picture it because.
So you landed on his back, right? And you're breathing fire.
Oh, he's headbutting backwards, right?
Yeah. I guess you're behind him. Yeah. So he's basically just gonna try and like knock you down and then like just pummel you. Pretty much is his plan, I guess.
Okay. Sorry,
I was imagining him like trying to grab you on his. Sorry, I was imagining you trying to grab you on his back and like throw you, but I guess that makes less sense. He was like you're like all the way behind him. I guess I imagine you being more like on top of him, but yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'm on Dragon's back. So we should probably like delatch and fly above him again. I'll just take advantage of he's got wings.
Right, yeah. I mean that makes sense.
Have a tag for it or anything, but
yeah, but I mean that is actually good because being evasive, his weapon is heavy, and so it's not as good against evasive targets. So I'll give you position for that. You're already on his back too, like you're in a good place to do that. Okay, so you can get 2 extra dice when you do that. But I will roll first here. Oh my goodness. Ugh, gross. This is a rival, which means he has a trait, which I forgot to write on this thing. So I guess I'll just put it here. He has a drive trait called Purge the Children of Fire, which you are not, but I don't know if he's smart enough to know that. So he's going to reroll some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible.
Oofda.
Now you know the pain of a GM.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, more like Cantarius' pain, but
you actually get 3 extra dice because he has a wound. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
3 dice from the wound, or just 1?
1 dice from the wound, 2 dice from the fact that he's trying to use a heavy weapon to hit the moving target that's on his back.
Okay. Sweet. So I would still take stress from that.
Yes, you take 1 damage, which you could use stress to avoid if you want.
Yeah, I think I'll just apply that to stress.
Yeah. All right. We should probably wrap up soon, but let's see if we can get to the end of the round and see what it looks like at the end, and then see if we can wrap it up. So yeah, who would like to go next?
Up to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and bulldoze.
Again this round? Is it a new round?
Yeah, you can go to new round.
Yeah, I mean, you may as well go.
Yeah,
go.
Are you guys saying me go?
Go for it, Connor. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't understand.
No, you good.
I think my volume is just low. Not probably better.
We were speaking quiet too, I think.
This laptop just like you turn it on for 2 seconds and it starts overheating, so the fan just like
Amazing.
so
Yeah.
loud.
Mickey
Nice.
knows.
Yeah. Okay, so narratively, that stress tick, what does that look like? Does he just headbutt, but I still remain on his back, or
Yeah, so you don't take damage. It could be like you get scuffed, but but it doesn't do anything, or it could be like just a near miss that like puts you on edge or whatever. It's basically like stress boxes and fate, right? It's not real damage. You're not actually being injured. So it's just pushing you towards being injured.
okay, so let me know if you want this to be 2 moves instead of 1, but I'd like to dig the claws in real good and fly up with him and then breathe fire and shoot him back down to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, so it depends. So if you want that to just be a cool attack, you can do that. It'll just be a cool attack. If you want going up in the air to like have a benefit, then you would create an advantage to pull him into the air. If you succeed well enough, you can still breathe fire on him. There's an option if you get a great success to treat that as a simple action, so you can go again.
Okay.
And so if you roll well enough, you could do that. If you don't, then you'll just be in the air with him, and then on your next turn, you could breathe fire down on him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the crit advantage. That sounds like fun.
Cool. All right. So let's see what we got here. Normally this would be really difficult, but because your guy is also enormous, obviously he's going to try and resist that. So. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So you'll roll first because you have the die of fate.
Okay,
So
sorry, I'm kind of.
You're fine.
I never pulled. Trying to find the link to the bonds. Sheet.
Oh, the character sheet. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want me to post it?
I think it should be easy to find. I was just I logged into my Facebook to try and find the link.
Yeah.
And then it logged me into Mickey's Facebook after I put in the password to my Facebook. And I was like, what just happened?
That's confusing.
Did you send it to me though, or did you send it to
I think it was in the boys.
Yeah.
That I sent it a bit ago. But let's see.
Well, I think I remember everything. So it would be the 3 for willpower.
Yeah, I was you get 3 for willpower, and then you got 2 or 1 for the dragon, which is 4. He's not using his breath weapon here.
Right.
So I think it's probably 4, but then you have 1 because he's wounded, so you get 5.
Okay.
And then die fate, so 6. Normally, the fact that you're on a dragon, if you're doing this to something else, you'd get probably like all 4 of the position dice. If I even made you roll, but because he's big, that's why it's a more normal roll.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like if you were trying to pick up Zion or something, I probably wouldn't even make you roll.
All successes, and the die of fate was a 6.
Bro. All right. Nice. So as
That's never happened to me in any role in like burning wheel style role.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had all
some surprisingly good rolls.
It's incredible.
Just all around. So you have an option. You can trigger a drawback from an asset that I used, which I don't think there's one that matters. You can generate an additional hit. I don't know that would make any difference here, but you can do that. You can mark a stress on one of my assets. Or you could suggest a narrative twist if you want, but I'm not sure that anything quite makes sense for that right now. His assets, he has 2 of them that only are 1 stress away from not being a thing anymore.
Can the narrative twist be that this guy? Well, I mean, they're all mindless creatures, right?
Some of them are more intelligent than others, but they're all mostly like. So this one is not mindless. This one and probably the elites who are shooting gobs, they have like thought. The spine or the bone sword zombies and the polyps probably didn't.
Could the narrative twist be that this is like their champion, and so if I'm able to beat this guy, the intelligent ones will be afraid and run away.
I mean that is the case, yeah. I don't know that they would run away because them dying doesn't really do anything to them. Like they're demons, they just sort of like
Oh right, yeah.
They're Tannerin, right? So they don't care about dying that much. But yeah, I mean, especially for the sake of time, we could say that that if nothing else, they will lose confidence in their ability to win the fight, probably, right? And then maybe they'll do something about that then. But
and then you rolled a 3. So is this a great success then?
Yes. So you can do what you wanted to do. You can make this a simple action so that you can attack him now. But you also obviously succeeded. So you get to create a 1d6 tag or a 2d6 temporary tag. I would do the temporary tag because you're immediately gonna it's bigger. You get 2d6 temporary, and you're immediately gonna invalidate it when you shoot him. So you might as well take the bigger one.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of something funny for the name of the tag.
I got it.
Okay.
Would the narrative twist be he blasts?
I can just
What was your suggestion?
What did you say, Josh?
Could have it be that because he's up in the air, he not only blasts the big guy, but the little guys on the ground too. With the blast.
Yeah, sure. That's fine with me. And they're basically dead.
They're basically dead, yeah.
Yeah, so you can just kill them too. That's fine.
Okay, so I think I'm rolling 96. Well, 86.
Sorry?
I'm rolling 8d6 plus the die of fate, I believe.
Yeah, so we got let's look at
3 willpower, dragon, breath weapon in this case. Then the 2 dice from
your thing, yeah. He has a wound, so it's another one.
Yeah.
And I mean, considering the situation, he's not in a great spot to do anything. Oh, he's also weak to fire. That's 9. And then I think I'm gonna give you 2 because there's not a lot he can do about this. He's just hanging from your claws. So it'll be 13 if you include the dice of die fate. So.
Sweet.
It's pretty solid.
All right.
We might actually be able to finish the fight.
Drop and go bye-bye.
Another positive twist.
What?
You
got a
got
6 on the die fate.
6 on 8.
Oh yeah. Another 6 on the die fate. Wow. Okay. So I guess are you gonna roll his defense then, or?
Yes.
Then I can decide if I want to just make it an extra hit or
he did pretty good. Once again, rolls in this game. I don't know what's happening. This makes me salty about how hard it is to do anything in
Burning Wheel.
Burning Wheel. To be fair, we have bigger die pools in general, but like still.
So yeah, if you make it just an automatic extra success, it pushes it up to a great success.
Yeah. So one of your options for the die of fate being a 6 is that you can get a second free success.
Second free 6. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you'd have 8.
Yep. I'll do that then.
Okay. I assume you just want to do extra damage, right?
Yeah. I'll make it so that as I'm dropping him, he opens up his mouth first and breathes fire in his mouth, and then
Nice. Great. There you go. All right. So he takes 3 damage. I think that's right. Yeah. 3. So he will use his fungal mass to absorb one of those. What's my brain? That gets rid of his fungal mass. That's it. So you see, like, all of this. He also takes 2 more damage. Sorry, one second. All of this, like, weird, like, it imitates flesh and armor and muscle and stuff, but it's all just like fungal material. But you can see it just like burning away under layers as you're just like pelting with flame, and in the background all the little guys get thrown away and they blow up. And you see, like, what's left when you're done is like this weird hardened, like, like a skeletal chitin kind of thing. Like, it's still like a fungal thing, but it's more like a structural piece. Most of his, like, actual fleshiness is gone. And he's still tall, but like looks much less intimidating. And yeah, I think, considering this guy, I think he might run away. Because for one, we're close to the end of this, and also he's not doing good. So I think we will probably say, and obviously I had the zombies out here. I think they're probably closing in, but we've ignored them for the sake of having the ability to finish. So basically what happens here is you get an opportunity to escape, right? Like, there are more zombies out there. Like, again, they're still coming from all around. And so you have a window to escape. Otherwise you're just going to have to keep doing this. But I think that you get that window because this guy is going to turn and, like, try and escape. Now, I'm not going to just give up and say that he does escape, because I know that can be a little frustrating. So
I have a goal about this, David.
So I'm not going to just be like, oh, you're on the way, but he is going to try and run away. I guess maybe we should do. All right. Well, I guess here's my question. Do you want to just, like, turn this into, like, for next time, turn this into a chase where you try to pursue him and burn him down before he gets away? It'd probably be a pretty short conflict. It might not even be a conflict. I might just have you make a couple rolls. Or do you want to try and trap him in here and finish the fight at risk of, like, getting stuck with more zombies?
I know Zion would not want to have to chase him.
Right.
Zion as a character would want to
keep
him in here and try to kill him. Up to the gang here.
I would probably, because we can do these things, I would compel your relationship trait of, it is my duty to protect my men. And though you would prefer to keep it here, you know that chasing it is the better option for the safety of your men.
Or maybe even just leaving it entirely. Right. Maybe it's just like we just let him go, and because then we can just leave, right? Can we just leave?
Yeah. I mean, I think more or less, yeah.
Minions going with him, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the little zombie dudes will probably not, but I'm not going to make you stand here and fight them for no reason.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, my next move is a sweeping phosphorus injection to the face. So
yeah, they're probably about to die pretty hard anyway. So, yeah. So I think is that something you want to do there, Kale?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So my initial thought, right, was just to, like, try to, like, resist his movement with just, like, shooting him. And just trying to kill him. Like, I know it's not going to keep him here, but, like, if the options are keep him here and he keeps fighting us, versus letting him go or maybe chasing him, then obviously I'm going to choose to let him go. But if I can just get a shot off before he actually leaves,
Yeah,
then I'll
because
do that at least.
he acted at the start of the turn order.
Yeah, so you both still have turns before he could get a chance to move.
Perfect. I'll at least attack him
Sure,
before, just see if we can finish him off. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably we'll wait. I think on the compel and see if we get into a situation where it's actually a choice between like my men and the thing.
Yep.
So,
what is your You have a severe hindrance from being injured, Zion. What does that look like? It was from being bombed by the acid stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my skin is all burned. I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I guess that makes sense. Also, as it's your turn now, we see you as you're like readying your rifle. There's like this sort of black vein thing going on from where one of the worst burns. And you can feel like your ability to aim your gun is suffering some, like you're like shaking
my hands
a little.
are shaking.
Yeah, not just from the pain, but like something's wrong with your arm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah, I assumed you wanted to go next, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll just shoot it. I think that was the plan here. More, I mean, I'm shooting along with my men, but
right. Yeah.
Like usual, they're doing the most of the firepower involved here. So, but I'll probably use acuity. Not that it matters. I have 2 and everything, but acuity and then Hellbreaker Scouts, monster hunting, combat songs, Hellbreaker songs.
And then you got ready to fire.
And then ready to fire. Yeah. And then I have Die of Fate, so I think it's 8d6, right?
Sounds right.
Because I've just been doing it in like multiples of 2, right? 2 acuity, 2 bonus dice.
Yeah.
2. Yeah, it's 8.
And then the Die of Fate, right?
Yeah, well, bonus die as in Die of Fate and temporary tag. So
he also has a bunch of injuries. I'm not sure if they necessarily make him easier to shoot. But
well, if isn't the whole point of him is that it's easy to hit him, but not easy to get through the fungal growth. So if he's injured, I think that would probably help, right?
Yeah, I think so. So let's see where. Sorry, I gotta look to see what the thing is. So it's -1. All right, so yeah, you get 2 dice
2 more
from his injuries.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. 10d6. Here we go. All right, Zion dies. Zion shoots himself. He's done with this.
Sorry, I haven't seen the roll yet.
I got 3 successes out of 10.
Oof,
so
it's rough. All right,
could have been much worse, but
yeah, that's true.
I just gotta hope that he rolls really badly.
Yeah. He doesn't get much because most of his protective stuff is gone now. All right. Yeah. There's +1. You should probably roll. Probably roll a couple more dice because you've been fighting a lot of groups, so the fact that you're in a group hasn't really meant much. But this is not a group; he's just one guy. He's a big guy.
More dice then?
But yeah, I think go ahead and roll 2 more. I think it makes sense, especially from this situation. That's not just me being nice. I just forgot to think about that step. Sorry, what were you going to say?
We're tied then. We're tied. No, it doesn't matter. We're tied then.
All right, so he does take 1 damage, which he'll put onto his fortitude. He has no more fortitude stress to spend. Yes, you do. Yeah, the withering fire drives him further back, but you haven't been able to bring him down yet.
All good.
But we still have 1 more person who wants to go, right?
Mordecai's gonna firebomb him.
Yeah. Well, I think the plan was to firebomb these little dudes, right? But I mean, you can go for him if you prefer.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've had in this kind of fight trying to make Zion acknowledge me as
right.
I did just specifically order the Hellbreaker Scouts like fire on the guy who's slain.
Yeah, and so I think like following his lead, he'll try and shoot the weird thing instead of the guys in front of him.
I want to study him.
Da da da. Let's see, acuity.
Oh, I thought that was your
Ignore
roll
that.
for a second.
No. Yeah.
I was like,
just-
what?
just checking something.
4. This is the last turn of my phosphorus injections, but I do have it. So that's 2, 3, 5, 7,
Nice. You get his
8.
2 from being injured. He'll also get 2 from you being injured, but that's right.
So I think that's 11. Because he's weak to fire as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And die.
So 11 and 11 and then die fade as well.
Yeah.
So that is 11. Okay.
Oh boy. Wow. Very nice. So here's his. He did pretty well considering.
So I'm on 2 ranks of 6 great success.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. So you do 3. Sorry, what was it?
2, 4.
4. Yeah. Okay. Assuming you don't want to do anything else. I assume you're just trying to kill him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. So that he can't, even if he does stress, he can't accommodate that much damage. So you get him. And then we see the phosphorus sort of fading. But what does it look like when you boop him?
Goodness. Yeah, I think we definitely see like he's manipulated these slivers multiple times now, and like he's clearly grimacing and grabbing his arm with each time he does it.
Mhm.
And then he's like kind of points them towards he's got them in the ground to defend from these guys, and he like goes to shred them, but he hears like the order from his leader to target the other thing, and so he kind of frowns but goes ahead with it and kind of rolls to one side, so instead of like dragging the slivers through the zombies, he kind of blasts them all, like reverses the magneticness and blasts them all over towards the other guy. And
Nice.
yeah, I think they just like plonk into him at the last moment and catch him in the legs.
Yeah, we see his weird bone structures start to like disintegrate, and he starts to collapse under his own weight. Yeah, very cool. I guess technically these elites should have gone before that because it alternates. I forgot about them. They're gonna take one more pot shot before they run away, and then the fight's over. But you're all in the same area, and they have a sweeping weapon, so we're gonna see how this goes. They're gonna try and shoot both of you.
Mhm.
And we can just assume that the little guys die because we don't have to worry about them.
Mhm.
They're just gonna try and twist the knife before they can leave. But they're gonna have to run at a dragon, so I don't know how it's gonna go. Let's see. What am I doing? Where are you?
So I'm just doing my normal scatter and dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you both get 2 more dice because they're targeting multiple people with this.
So 3 successes altogether for me.
I think I'm acuity. I'll use my what's his name? Well, basically throw up a what's it called? Like a missile interception net with the
nice.
the darts and try and shoot them out of the air.
Very nice.
So 2, 3, and then 2 more from that. So 7.
Caleb's got 3.
I'm gonna push willpower. I think it's just so mentally draining on him
Yeah,
trying to push through the pain.
that's fair.
So that's 9 dice.
All right. Nice. Okay, so here's the roll. I'm going to add more for your injuries, but you have different amounts of dice to add, so I'll do that afterwards. So, oh my gosh, it's not even going to matter. All right, so against Caleb, they get 2 successes. And against Mordecai, they get 3 successes. So yeah, I mean, that's less than a great success for Mordecai. And oh, actually, wait, hold on. Actually, tie with Caleb.
I have 3.
Yeah, so do they. Yeah, I rolled the.
Okay.
Yeah, I added 2 successes, and then. Or wait, no,
Okay.
hold on. I make sure I did that right.
Yeah, it was 1 and 1 versus Caleb, and 1 and 2 versus me.
Okay, one of them should have had 3 dice because Caleb has 3 wounds.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I couldn't remember
see.
which one I had said first.
Yeah, if you roll 1 more die, then that will actually determine. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm 1 over them.
Okay, all right. Cool. Couldn't remember which one I'd rolled first. Okay, so they die you. So you take 1 damage, but I'm sure you have stress somewhere, right?
Yeah. I will take it off acuity because I'm getting all beat up here.
Yeah. All right, and then with that, they're going to use their simple movement to run away into this zone. And we'll call it combat there because they're running. And these guys, we'll assume they get killed.
Yeah.
Not really worried about them. All right, cool.
They get hit by the bombs and cock it.
We
Yeah,
all
exactly.
turn to the giant purple dragon thing.
Yeah. Also, yeah, again, there are encroaching waves of stupid zombies who are still like these elites are probably not fleeing, they're probably regrouping because there are, again, this was like a tidal wave that was coming.
But at least we have an opening now to.
Yes, you've carved yourself a path through the most dangerous part of it for now, and you have a moment to try and escape.
Cool.
Yeah, let's real quick just play out that interaction, then we can be done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just turned to giant purple dragon thing and the guy who's riding on it, and I mean, I know enough about Skovrane magic that the Hellbreakers have had at least know about these people. So I assume I know the basics of what this guy probably is.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably only one group of people who could tame whatever that thing is.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You've definitely never seen someone do like. Maybe you've seen this kind of beast before, but you've definitely never seen someone riding one.
Right. Yeah.
He turns to you guys and he just nods.
Okay. I think
Mordecai
nod back.
Yeah, Mordecai grimaces and says, "I, for one, welcome our dragon overlords."
Yeah, I mean, we probably just end on that line, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I like it. Good stuff. All right. The only person to not be terribly scarred was the guy on the dragon, big surprise.
Dragon.
Yeah. It's a good thing there was a guy with the dragon there, though, or that would have been real bad. Very cool. Yeah, lots of the advantage dice that he would have had for trying to punch tiny things he didn't get for trying to punch a dragon.
Right.
So yes, it's very good. Real quick, we'll do your things.
XP
Zion. Yeah. So your goals were to get out of the clearing alive. We'll just consider that good.
Yeah.
So you get 1 XP for that. Does that push any of your things further, do you think?
Well, isn't it when we fill that 3?
Well, so you when you complete a goal, you decide whether or not it advances any of your
I did complete it. You're right.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm just assuming a tick on it. But yeah, I'm thinking Hellbreaker Scout Captain.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Especially because there was the whole like maybe you'll have to you did a thing where you snapped back into your old self to try and get things done, and we had that maybe you'll have to flee instead of finishing the fight kind of thing. So
Yep.
I think that's good. So we can call that one done.
I failed to be a good leader without just being a noble.
That's true. Yeah, I wonder if, I mean, you definitely didn't complete it, but I wonder if it counts as having worked towards it anyways. I guess ultimately it doesn't matter because the session that you work towards it will fill the third one, and you can't have more than 3 anyways.
Yeah.
So the session that you complete it, you'll get it all anyways. So, and then secure the body of the fungal titan for study.
Yeah.
For now, I'll put a tick into that because
tick in it, yeah.
There's probably going to be some rolls to see if you can do that fast enough to not get trapped in here
I'd
again.
be like, hey, dragon guy, carry this out for us.
Yeah, right.
Airlift us this corpse.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably see if that's completed for sure next time, but I think working on it now makes sense.
Cool.
All right. Good deal. Oops, sorry, let me, that really matters, but there. All right. And I'm assuming none of your traits have progressed enough to make sense to be finished. Goals for Draken Thor. Get out alive. You did that. You didn't even get hurt, so that was solid. So you get an XP for that. Does getting out alive impact any of your traits, do you think? Advance any of your traits or push any of them towards completion? Or change?
Clear the
you're muted.
I was going to say clear the infected near our home.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So
I don't remember what was going through my head when I decided if I create. Oh, Crazion isn't me.
Yeah.
God.
Okay. One note there. Actually, would it be on Legendary Bonded Warrior instead? Because the clear the infected near our home probably is tied to trim out the infected, right? Or I guess they could both be, right?
Yeah, they could both progress the same one. It's up to, I guess whatever makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. Why won't it let me do that one?
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's probably the goal and not the drive trait because I guess the clear the infected near our home isn't necessarily advancing, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's up to you. Whichever you think makes the most sense. It's your call.
It's just it's still just a part of who he is.
Sure. Alrighty, sounds good. And then trim out the infected. You did that.
Yep.
Do you want to try and this was probably as much as you want to do, right? You just wanted to kill the most dangerous ones and then leave, right? You weren't trying to kill everybody.
Yeah. Well, okay. I want to eventually kill everybody.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That was not going to be a possibility.
Yeah, there's many more where that came from because they've been submitted from everywhere. That I think we call that completed because you did the part of that you wanted. So does that push any of these? Same thing, probably same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
His status is increasing.
Yeah. Kill the demon near me, the Gold Ritter. You did that also.
Oh, really? That was who that was?
That was Gold Ritter. Yep.
Oh, nice. Nifty.
I definitely want to study this now. It has a name.
Yeah. I put it in there just to see if you'd try it, but he was a beast, so you could have tried to psychically connect him. But I don't know what that would have done. It would have depended entirely on your rolls whether or not that was a good idea. But I think this one counts as clearly affected near your home because he was probably a regional threat, right?
Sure.
Or I guess it could be either. It's up to you. Because this could also be adding to your legend or whatever.
That's true. You can go back to your people and say, I have killed the great demon Gold Ritter.
Sure.
Okay.
Then you can advance it.
Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. It's everything.
What does advancement trait do?
So the way this works basically is every time you add a segment, or rather once you fill a clock, I'll replace it with the next clock, and the next clock will be blue, and each segment of that will be worth 2 XP. Sorry, will be worth 2 XP. Oh, you're fine. Are you good? Can you hear me? Okay, sweet. And then once you fill that clock, it'll start another clock, which I don't remember what color that one is. Red. And that one's each segment is worth 3 XP. Now you don't get any of it right away, but when that trait reaches a point where you feel like it changed, something new now, or is no longer applicable because you've completed it or whatever it is, then you get all the XP that was there. 1 per segment on the first clock, 2 per segment on the second clock, 3 per segment on the third clock. So it's worth it to spend more time on them. Then you get more XP the longer you have them, but you don't get it until you're done with them. So you do want to finish them.
Yeah. I really like that. That's
nice. Neat. I'm hoping that it'll play out the way.
I'm liking that change. Yeah.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah, I think it's working how I hoped it would so far. So that's good. Thank you. Cool. Okay. Get out alive. You did that. Well done. Do you feel like that advanced any of your things? Or did you already do it? Or that was from before? Or no, it couldn't have been.
Yeah, that's from before. Yeah.
It is. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because we moved them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you feel like that advanced any of your?
Probably, but I don't know what. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I don't have the brain.
Oh gosh, sorry. Okay, I didn't realize it was so late for you. I'm sorry. Okay, let's. I'm gonna do purify the Hellbreaker. Wait, what does that say? Purify the Hellbreaker.
Purpose. Yeah.
Purpose. Okay.
That one's probably not this thing. That's more to do with his paranoia that what's his name? That Zion's flying too close to the sun.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
It's probably got something to do with countering the Tenor and Spores on a more larger scale.
We do though. All right. Find a way to prevent spores spread in someone.
I mean, I now have a guinea pig.
Yes, you do.
Thanks, Zion. Now I can test whether there is any way to remove spores from you.
Yeah, that was my thought. I don't know if you worked on it right now, but you'll have a chance to work on that in a second. I don't think you did anything during this one because it was just a fight, right?
Yeah, he didn't get me. He didn't get spores in me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. If it had been your fault, but find safety to work on the next stage.
What are the little goobly things with the tentacles?
Oh, the little spore tentacle things.
Yeah.
Yes, the Tannerin spores. Yeah, they're basically like stupid versions of the things that were controlling Halothane, the actual demons.
I'm just wondering whether focusing on them and killing them first counted as it.
Study them too, right?
Yeah. Well, you just kind of burned them to death, which I think was a thing you already knew.
But I specifically targeted both of those ones first rather than.
Oh, because you had that. Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
I do remember you mentioning something about that. I wasn't sure what you meant at the time, but now I understand. Cool, good stuff. All right. I think that's it. Cool. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Excellent.
Thanks, playing guys.
Yes, thank you.